What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 80 of the Average AF podcast. I am your host, Adam McElroy, here as always with Mr. Ryan Baker.
What up, world?
And, of course, the voice of God in the background,
Not God.
Mr. Justin Smith. Yeah, you are not God because one of you exist. Starting out hard on this episode, apparently. Sorry, guys, if I offended you. But,
Don't care.
I mean, I care if you, watch the show, but it is what it is.
Throwing so much shade, it ain't sunny no more.
I know, it's a problem. We're what,
But it's
45 seconds in? This is a problem. We could restart, but we're not going to. It is what it is.
Do it.
So, yeah, welcome to episode 80. Appreciate you.
That's how episode 80 should start.
Yep.
All episode 80s should start like this.
Yep, every one of our episode 80s are
Every
start
single
like
one
that.
of them, just like this. You heard it.
You heard it here first.
Watch it again, you'll hear it again.
That's how it works.
You like that logic?
I guess.
8 minutes ago.
Yeah.
8 minutes ago.
We'll see you 8 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Or
about.
about a minute and a half ago.
12 years of school, and this is what I come up with.
Oh, man.
That's public school for you. But yeah, thank you guys for checking out episode 80. We got a pretty wild, pretty interesting episode today. A lot of craziness
Which,
going on.
by the way, was not my idea, because usually when you start off with crazy and
Yes.
wild episodes, that comes from Baker's running the show.
Yes.
And I have no Netflix stories or anything of that nature right now. So I just want the world to know I did not put this on silent. I want the world to know that this was not my idea and this is not my rabbit hole I'm going down.
Right. Now,
But I'm going down.
this is a pretty cool rabbit hole because it's literally going to change how everything is ran, in the
It's pretty
country,
relevant.
in potentially the world too, for sure. But yeah, so before we get into that, I did want to mention, we did add, I guess one new Patreon member. So shout out to Tony. He's a Patreon producer.
Nice.
And he
Thank you,
does
Tony.
have he does stream on Twitch too. And he got a dope name because he was early in the Twitch game.
All right.
So it's just twitch.tv/eviltony. Simple as that.
Evil Tony.
Yeah, simple as that. Dope.
Nice.
So
well
yeah.
done, Tony.
Yeah, thank you, Tony. He's awesome, man. He's definitely going to be on the show. I mean, I would guess within the next month at least.
All right.
He's awesome. He has no filter, just like me, and pretty much just like Jerry. So when he comes on, the episode might be behind the paywall, depending on how wild it is.
And we'll see.
Yeah. So
You never know until you try.
yeah, thank you, Tony. And then we had another Patreon member, Stevie Bollinger, who did our website. He was a $5 member. He just upgraded to the $10 tier as well.
Nice.
So
Shout out, Steve. Appreciate
yes.
it.
Thank you both. It means the world to us. But last thing before we
Take
get
you
into this,
serious sometimes. The way you said that. It does mean the world to us, but just the way you said that.
why? What do you mean?
You switched up like, it means the world to us.
I'm trying to go for like a commercial aspect.
You can't just switch it up mid-sentence for
Why?
a commercial aspect.
It throws you off.
It
Got your attention. You're talking about it. That's how commercials are made.
Look at you getting off track. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Thank you.
But yeah, before we get into the actual kind of insane shit that's going on lately, I wanted to talk about our recent topics that we've been discussing.
Oh, God, that's...
Just because
I thought you wanted to talk about another topic,
we
too.
will. But I just want to talk about this for a minute because if you guys have been listening or watching or whatever, we talked about conspiracy theories lately.
Yeah.
We've been talking about space lately. We've been talking about like time travel.
Wait, time out. I got a crazy one that Danielle told me today
Oh,
that I had no idea about. No idea about.
Okay.
Will Smith and his dog. That was I Am Legend, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember what that movie was about?
I know zombies.
Yeah, do you know why they were zombies? Like, what happened to the people to make them zombies? Because of a what?
Talking to Mike.
Because of the vaccine.
Because of a faulty vaccine, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what year that took place?
2020.
Did it take place in 2020?
2021.
Yes.
Well, the vaccine's not ready till 2021, basically, which is what you just said. So we're fucked.
That's what I'm screaming. Danielle hit me with that on our way to our drive today, man. I said, "Are you serious right now?"
I'd be on some I Am Legend shit.
Yeah, but then I started thinking like, this is a whole nother episode. But then I started thinking, how many movies like are there that we've watched like when we were younger that were based on like future that we just aren't thinking about right now?
Didn't V for Vendetta take place in 2020?
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Have you ever seen V for Vendetta?
I don't think so.
Dude, it's epic. And it definitely has a lot of feels about how 2020 feels. So
Shit's crazy.
Field?
Wow.
All in your feels.
Yeah. But no, I wanted to bring up our last couple conversations because we got a DM.
All right.
From somebody
Who slid up in there?
Yeah, slid in there.
Gang.
Yeah.
On a very flat surface. Because we got a DM saying, hey.
Was he close to the Capri Sun?
No, he was not. But we got you always got to sneak those in there, don't you?
I try.
Yeah, we got a DM from somebody that said, hey, I have somebody that would love to be on your show. And his name is Flat Earth Dave.
Flat Earth Dave!
And no disrespect to Flat Earth Dave, but probably not going to have you on. But
yeah, sorry, dude.
It's hard. I didn't even respond, honestly. And I have nothing against them. I'm very open-minded and stuff like that.
To each his own.
You guys know me well enough that I don't watch my mouth sometimes. And I just feel like I would not be nice to the guy almost on accident. So
respectful.
But yeah, so we should probably switch up our content a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
kind of not the way we want the show to go.
Yeah, I'm trying not to like insult everybody, only like some people. Even though I did
part of the time.
I just insulted like half the world with like my third sentence of this episode. So
you're good.
It is what it is.
At least you're consistent.
Yeah. Every episode, somebody's
just as
pissed.
long as you end it by no disrespect.
Right. But yeah, that was super interesting to get a DM saying, "Hey, Flat Earth Dave would love to come on the show." And I didn't realize, because I've mentioned this to a couple people, he's the guy. I don't know if you guys know this story, but it was a couple years ago, I think, where the guy built his own like rocket. He's a smart guy. But he built his own rocket, and he was gonna basically go up into not necessarily space, but into like the outer atmosphere or whatever, and prove that the Earth was flat. And then I don't know what happened, but like it didn't end well, and I know he had to like eject. I think I don't know, but this guy also has 7.3 thousand YouTube subscribers.
Gang.
So I was like, maybe we should have him on. But
are we that desperate?
Yeah, we're not really that desperate.
We good. We are good.
But yeah, we definitely like hearing recommendations of who you guys want on the show.
Throw some wild shit.
Yeah, I mean, if they're down and we respect them, we'll have them on the show.
No disrespect.
No disrespect.
Right. No disrespect.
But yeah, I wanted to get into the main part of this episode pretty quickly here because
the meat and potatoes of it.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to because I didn't want to sound like a dad, and you did it.
I got it.
Great.
With no hesitation.
None. I've almost said meat and potatoes 3 times already, and I'm like, don't say that. It's lame as fuck.
Dude,
don't say
you
that.
know what I was saying to Kaden all day today? Oh, cheese and crackers.
Oh my god. You are
just dad jokes.
I love it.
We're all dads in this room.
I know.
And you are by far the most dad of all of us.
I take dad to the extreme.
Yes. Oh, jeez.
How many Nerf guns do you have? 80.
He has a ton. Dude, you have to have 20.
I have an arsenal.
You have to have 20 to 30 Nerf guns.
At least 20. 30 might be pushing it, but at least 20.
Way off topic. Anyway.
Yeah. So I did want to talk about. I mean, this is kind of a serious topic, so
that's why I was getting them all out.
Get all your laughs out now.
Seriousness.
So, do you guys know what's been going on with the stock market lately?
So I am not really pervy.
You don't know anything about anything going on.
Listen.
Ever.
He said he's not really pervy.
Pervy. I don't think that's the right word.
I don't believe that's the right
I don't know.
word.
It sounded good.
I'll let him
Not
use
too
it, though.
pervy of it.
You are too pervy.
Oh,
Just shave everything, leave the mustache. That would suit you well.
I'll do it.
I think the word you're looking for is privy.
Privy? Pervy.
It's definitely not pervy. Privy.
That's twice this week I've done that. Screwed up with a word.
You do it a lot
please
more.
Let it be pervy.
No,
I didn't look it up.
Yeah, he knows he's wrong. So,
It's okay.
Justin, you know what's going on? I think you said you knew like
confirm.
a little bit.
A small bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring this up because it's honestly like, this is honestly going to change like a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Like as far as like how the stock market works and things like that. Basically, and this is going to take a while to explain. So I'm sorry if this is like a huge monologue. Stop me at any point.
Okay.
But basically, and I'm kind of new to this
Wait,
too.
hold on.
You're already confused.
Go ahead. No, you just said stop you at any point.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make
I
sure
just wanted to make sure that it was still legit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Testing.
yeah. Okay. All right.
Go ahead.
Success.
Thank you.
on my buttons.
Definitely an irrelevant.
Side
stop.
note, we're looking for a new co-host because can't fucking handle this.
Well, luckily we're a host and a host. There's no host and co-host. It's just host and host.
It's true. It's true. But you are my co-host.
You're a bitch.
Anyway,
Try to.
I feel like we've been trying to start this conversation for about 5 minutes now.
I don't know what this conversation entails, so I have not been trying to start anything.
You've
for
been
the
trying to
last 5
stop
minutes.
the conversation.
Did you like how I threw entailed in there though? Because I had to make up for pervy.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Not quite.
I don't want people to think my
I'll give it
vocab's
to
shit.
you.
I mean, you earned some points, but you haven't quite redeemed yourself. Yet.
Listen, I'm getting there. Baby
You are.
steps.
You're getting there. You're getting there.
What is this that we're talking about?
Anyway,
Sheesh. Just trying to learn about the stock market.
so
Keep going down rabbit
can't
holes.
fucking stand you.
I know.
So basically, what ended up happening, and I'm pretty new to this too, so I don't have all the details, but I know the gist of what's going on. Basically, there's a thing called it's called a short, and that's basically when like all these hedge funds and stuff. I don't know the big details, but they do something to where they basically tank a certain stock. Like GameStop is the big one.
I saw like AMC. Was one of
AMC, the theaters and stuff.
them. Nokia.
BlackBerry. And BlackBerry. Those were the big ones.
Timeout. I know some shit. Thank you. I knew a little bit.
Okay, all right. I'll give you that. But basically, those stocks, given the pandemic and given everything that's going on, are pretty cheap right now because nobody's going to theaters. And nobody's definitely buying Nokias or Blackberries anymore. I think we talked about that recently. Yeah, and GameStop's not doing that well either. But essentially, what these hedge funds do, something along the lines of they invest in these stocks that are super cheap, and they do something to be able to sell it at a higher price. And then they take that profit and pay off the hedge fund, basically, that gave them the money to do this. And essentially what that boils down to is free money for essentially no reason. And this is a common thing, though. Like I said, I could be slightly wrong with that, but I think that's basically the gist of it.
Okay.
They're paying themselves, is what they're doing.
They are definitely manipulating the market.
Yeah.
Like heavy. So essentially this goes down, and this is common. It's something that they openly talk about on, like, you know, whatever fucking program that talks about stocks.
So I got a question for you.
Okay.
If they open that up enough to enough banking system or stocks, they can pay themselves X amount of times.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's basically like a Ponzi scheme
without being a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, it's like
Legally.
a manifested Ponzi scheme almost.
Now, stop me if this is a premeditated question.
Stop.
I got you too.
I was trying.
It works.
Yeah,
it works.
okay.
We got this.
All right.
Perfect.
All right, we know the rules.
Yeah, we got this. So is that why, like, because I did read up a little bit on it because I knew that this was going to be the topic, gist of it. But is that why, like, I saw like Robinhood and I think some other places were putting like limits? Is that? Are we going to get into that?
Yeah. So that's the problem because essentially. So what ended up happening, like I said, this is a common thing. This is something that they do regularly, like kind of openly and stuff like that. I don't know if they say like, hey, we're doing it with GameStop or whatever. I think it's just kind of a more or less a behind the scenes thing, but everybody's aware it's not illegal, basically, what they're doing. It should be, but it's not.
It's probably like the fine line.
Yeah,
like
something along those
line.
lines.
It's a large gray area.
Right.
Yeah.
And now this is where I came in.
They smart.
This is, well, something like that. This is where I come in. So I don't know too much before like what I'm about to say now, but I think that's basically the gist of what they do. So Reddit, fucking all-powerful Reddit, they found out that one of the biggest shorts that they do is with GameStop. And the power of Reddit, basically everybody got together and said, hey, let's just bump GameStop. I keep saying GameStop. I've been saying that all day. GameStop's stock up. That's fucking a bar right there. But they were like, well, let's go do this and bump the price of that stock up because, like I said, the hedge fund has to resell it and basically pay off their own like kind of loan or like withdrawal or whatever, however they do it.
Yeah.
But with it going to a higher price, they can't rebuy it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they could, but it's obviously way more expensive. So essentially what they did was, they buy these GameStop stocks at like $20 a piece or 15 or whatever it is. And then Reddit, like the fucking Reddit army, bumped these stocks up to, at one point, almost $500. Jesus. So now, when the hedge funds do... fucking awesome. Yeah. When the hedge funds do something along these lines, again, I don't know all the details because I'm not that intelligent or any type of intelligent, but there's like some contract where they have to buy it back at within a certain time frame or whatever. So now to buy that stock back, instead of $15, it's $500. And Reddit did this on a massive scale, which in turn, the hedge funds lost, last I knew, $70 billion.
Damn.
Yeah, they just fucked over all these hedge funds, which is great.
But they were doing that to begin with.
Right. Now, that's the thing. This is all legal legal and like known. And this is what the hedge funds do. So the fact that Reddit was able to build enough people to come together to do that and act as their own kind of hedge fund because of all the money they're putting in.
Yeah.
So
it's just a private community online.
Right. It's the same thing though. It's the same act basically.
Okay.
Now the problem where Robinhood comes in and things like that is...
See, I know about this.
Well, Robinhood and other apps, it wasn't just Robinhood, but they were...
Webull and
Acorn
and a lot of other ones.
They were the main one. I don't know if they were the first one or whatever, but they, I think it was Thursday, restricted buying the stock.
I think it was Friday.
Was it Friday? Okay. They restricted buying the stock. And the problem with that is now your only option is to sell the stock. You're not able to buy anymore. So what that means is every person like us had these stocks, and they're like, we're never going to be able to buy anything. People start panicking. At this point, they're probably making, 100% profit, if not more. Like they've made good money. So at this point, what Robinhood did, it forced basically people to sell their stocks. and they make their money or whatever. But when you do that, the price of the stock drops back down. So then these hedge fund people can do their thing behind the scene and they don't lose as much, if not any money.
So it's almost like Robinhood was helping out those hedge funds that Reddit screwed.
Exactly.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. And all these apps
ongoing
did it.
Battle.
Yeah. So basically, now you're allowed to halt the stock to where you cannot buy or sell anymore. That is something that happens. It's usually extreme cases, but it's if you cannot buy or sell, then everybody's on the same playing field. It is what it is, whatever. But they stopped the buying of these stocks unless you're part of a hedge fund. Then you could still buy them.
That's legal?
No, that's the problem. It's not legal. I don't know if there's anything in the actual like print like you cannot do this, but it's basically illegal or understood to be illegal or something along those lines.
Because you're only allowing like certain people to get into it. It's almost like favoritism.
Right.
They must have found a workaround.
Well,
legally.
I guarantee they found a loophole or some shit in the contract.
I don't know, because basically all these apps are in the hedge fund's pocket.
Yeah.
Because like Robinhood.
So it was probably already in the paperwork when those apps were created.
Something like that. I don't know. But Robinhood is a free app and they don't take commissions or anything like that. So you're like, how can I make all this money in the stock market and you not take any of my money?
Ads.
Not even ads. There's no ads on there. But they're selling our data, not like our personal data, like, Social Security or anything like that, but our buying data.
Yeah.
And you're selling that back to the hedge funds and these big corporations so they know the trends and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
But by doing that, you're basically admitting that you're in the pocket of these hedge funds, which...
If they make me money.
Right. It is what it is in that aspect.
Put me in their pocket.
But basically what they did was, I believe it to be illegal. I'm not sure. But they did that for about 24 hours and then they opened it back up. Now, another big thing that they did.
Is that all the time they need to make their money back?
I don't know about money back, but that's all the time they need to take their money out.
Oh.
Essentially.
It's almost like a fire sale.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
And then they opened it back up, and now everybody is just holding GameStop and AMC and all that kind of stuff to keep the price up. But again, all these people are kind of panicking and stuff like that. So they're selling, and the price is going to go down, and it's going to help the hedge funds more, and blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
So right now it's kind of a battle of... Like, basically people, one of the big hashtags right now is hold the line. Yeah. And it's like, hold, don't sell, no matter what. Keep it here to fuck them over. Which is great.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Which is great. Yeah.
I love it. Because that puts the power back in our hands.
Right, exactly. And it's a free market, so if a hedge fund's allowed to do it, we should be allowed to do it as well. But again... They're changing the rules midday and, allowing certain things and not allowing certain things.
Yeah, that's like I was talking to a guy at work, and he was like, if you're not watching it, throughout the day, then you might lose your shit.
Well, and I've heard, I don't know this personally, I've heard, it hasn't happened to me because I have Robinhood. I've thrown a little bit of money into some things. But they haven't, I've heard they sold people shares for them of things.
I saw that too, but there was also something in the same article, I believe, about something in the fine print indicating that there's an option that you can choose in there.
You can. There's an option to where you can sell at a certain price or whatever.
Yeah.
But from... what I've heard, these people
didn't have that option on her.
Well, yeah, because there's a market buy and a limit buy. And at limit, you can say hey, I'll buy it at most at this price, at $17. If it's $17.01, don't take my money.
Yeah.
And then you can sell it at, hey, once it hits 500, sell my shares. Until then, don't. But a lot of people are saying their shares were sold at a much lower price. They ended up losing money. Again, I don't know how true that is. And
they
again,
got a lawsuit out against it.
Yeah, they definitely have a lawsuit right now. Again, I've only known really and dove into this for like 5 days now, so some of this could be wrong.
We're not experts,
but like I said,
I think I have the
fully
gist.
commit into something.
Yeah. I've been researching, and like my phone is Robinhood and a fucking Uphold, which is another app that's the same thing. And I just been staring at them for the last like fucking 5 days. But so all this craziness happened, right? And it's crazy, shouldn't have happened, potentially illegal, don't know, whatever, bad stuff, right? So what ended up happening now, there's another layer to it. Because you guys know what Bitcoin is, right?
Yeah.
It's a cryptocurrency. So it's not actually, it's like part of the stock market, but like not. It's another like part of it. I don't know how to describe it.
Dude, it's crazy how like big Bitcoin is now, because like when I first heard it, like the first time I ever heard it was more in reference to like dark web shit.
Right.
Like straight up, like the illegal ass dark web.
Right.
And now Bitcoin is like a huge thing. I'm like, damn, how you come out? You started straight from the bottom.
Do you know how much one share of Bitcoin is worth?
It's a shit ton, isn't it?
Now? I don't even
One
know.
share is worth, well, it fluctuates, but right now it's worth $33,000.
Last time I looked, it was at like 17.
Dude, and these could have been bought a couple years ago for pennies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason I bring that up is because now, with what happened with GameStop and AMC and all this stuff, people are like, okay, well, now if we just get enough people together, we can buy certain stocks and just make them skyrocket. And then at a certain point, we'll either hold it and like fuck over these hedge funds or whoever, or we'll sell it and we'll all make a fuck ton of money. Right? So the next big thing is called Dogecoin. Do you know what Dogecoin is?
I don't. I just started looking into it.
Okay. Well, Dogecoin is pretty cool. It actually started out as a meme.
Yeah, with the fake or the coin, the dog coin, right?
Yep. The little golden dog. I don't even remember what kind of breed it is or whatever. But yeah, it started out as a joke. And then basically it started in like 2016, I think.
Yeah.
As like a joke or whatever. And back then I looked, it was worth 0.00002 of a dollar. So it was like 1/1000th of a penny or something, or 1/1000th of a dollar, something along those lines. Like it's not worth shit, basically. So a lot of people, you know, depending on who they are, invested $10 in that, right? Or whatever. And $10 at that price will get you, you know, 1 million shares or whatever it is. I don't know. 2 million shares, 5 million, 10 million shares, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever the math works out to. But then they let it kind of ride, and now we're getting this surge of people being like, hey, Dogecoin is insanely cheap, so let's all invest in it and get a fuck ton of shares, and then the price is going to skyrocket,
and we'll sell it.
and we're going to make a fuck ton of money. So, like, for instance, right now, I don't know if I should talk about this publicly, but I will. Because I think this is fine.
I mean, the hashtag's like surging.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But I bought my Dogecoin at 2.7 cents per share, which is kind of high compared to some things, right? But basically what that means, I bought a good amount, we'll say a good amount at that price. And I have we'll say a couple thousand shares of Doge right now. So, and that's at 2.7 cents per share. So if that gets up to like what, 5.4 cents a share?
It's $500 right there.
That's double my money. Because I bought it at 2.7. And so if it gets up to 5.4, I double my money. Damn. And they're trying to get this up to $1.
Yeah.
Or more. So if it gets up to $1, that's like 20, 30, 40 times my money, whatever the fuck it is. 20 times, I think. And yeah, everybody's going to be happy, right? Mm-hmm. But then there's people that bought even earlier than I did at a half a penny a piece and like all this craziness. People have like millions of shares of Doge and stuff like that. And when it hits 2 cents, they're like a millionaire now. Like, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
But the crazy thing, back to kind of what's going on with the stock market and stuff, when you have like Robinhood and Uphold and all this kind of stuff. Well, Uphold doesn't do it, but Robinhood, when you say you're like going to deposit $100 into your account, right? When you deposit $100, it actually takes probably 4 or 5 days. I don't know if it's just because it's some type of, the stock market type thing.
It's going through the dark web.
Yeah. I don't know if that's why it takes so long, but it'll take 4 or 5 days to actually get to your account. So what these companies do is give you $100 credit. They're like, hey, we don't actually have your money, but it's called an instant deposit. Mm-hmm. And we're like, we know it's coming. Here's your money. Do what you want with it, right? So you could take $100 out and immediately put it into GameStop or Doge or whatever it is, whatever you want. Well, after this all started surging, Dogecoin, after it started surging, they stopped allowing instant deposits for crypto. So you can no longer buy cryptocurrency on an instant deposit. So now you actually have to wait the 4 or 5 days before you can have your money and use it for that. So
lame.
Yeah. So I was with Steve that night, and dude, it was surging, and it was up to like 8 cents, which sounds like nothing.
Oh,
but that's a
lot.
Basically 3.5 or whatever times what I paid.
Right.
And yeah, it's a lot of money for a lot of people. I know some people, not personally. Well, I guess I do, but I know some people that invested like thousands of dollars into this when it was like a quarter of a penny.
Jesus.
And then it got up to 8 cents. If they sold, then they made some good ass money.
Damn.
But yeah, but again, once it gets up to 8 cents, everybody online and stuff like that wants it to get to $1.
Yeah.
So they encourage people not to sell, right?
Hold
it. But yeah, so now all these companies, see that this is coming, and they stopped allowing the instant deposit on crypto.
Yeah, that makes sense on their part.
It makes sense, and that part's not illegal or anything like that. It's just like a shitty thing. Mm-hmm. It's, again, them making their own rules as they go. They're like, oh, this can't happen. You guys can't make money the same way we can.
Right.
So now...
It's like the kids you hated playing with at school.
Right. So yeah, so now all this craziness is going on. Today's Sunday, so tomorrow when the stock market opens, GameStop is, I don't even know what it's going to do. All right, guys, a little break in the action here to shout out our Patreon producers and a small business sponsor, 2 of them now, actually.
Woo.
But let me pull up this list because we got quite a few.
I like it. It keeps growing.
New producers. I think we're up to 11 or 12, which is wild.
You want me to count while you read?
Yes. We got Taylor, Tom, Patty Lite, Barili, Steve Hardy, Joel, Sarah, Steve Bollinger, which is why you got to say the last names too, Nate, Anthony Davis, Tony Means, and the Teach a Dummy podcast.
That's 12.
12. We got 12 Patreon producers.
Takes my hands in his.
There you go.
That's crazy.
But yeah, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We couldn't do this without you.
Absolutely.
And we hope we give you fantastic bonus content every single week.
Continue the support.
Thank you.
All right, shout out to our first small business producer. That is Brew Baker Photography. That's BRUBAKER Photography. You can find them at facebook.com/BrewBakerPhotography1. Again, that's BrewBakerPhotography1. They are found, again, on Facebook. Go ahead and follow them, like them, share them. Go to the community tab. Tell your friends about them. But check out their page. They're really good when it comes to the camera. They've got pictures on there for you to go ahead and obtain for your wallpaper. And then also, maybe hit them up so you can get some pictures taken of this beautiful snow for you and your date. and maybe a wedding or something, or Valentine's Day is coming up. So give them a shout out. Find them again on Facebook, Brubaker Photography 1. Thank you.
All right, guys, and a big shout out to our second small business sponsor, Perry's Powerhouse. Definitely check them out, perryspowerhouse.com or perry.powerhouse on Instagram. This is Kyle Perry. He's actually a Marine vet, so thank you, Kyle, for your service. He does online fitness and motivational coaching for $35 a month plus tax. You get 24/7 access to him as a coach, weekly check-ins. He's got a private Facebook group as well, where they can do monthly giveaways and prizes for the best 12-week transformations. He's got crazy qualifications. Like I said, he was in the Marines, and he's an ISSA master trainer with personal training, bodybuilding, nutritionalist, glute specialist, get your ass in check, weight management, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, there's a whole list here that I could go through. And he does have over 200 clients as well. So definitely does great work. I know 2 people that actually do it, and just since the new year have transformed their whole body, their whole look in just 3 weeks, or I guess 4 weeks now. But yeah, craziness. Definitely check him out. perryspowerhouse.com, perrys.powerhouse on Instagram. Make sure to subscribe. He's got a YouTube channel as well, all that kind of stuff. And all the links are in our description as well. But thank you to him. Back to the action. Because people freaked out, right? They sold their shares. So it was up to I think $480 per share.
Dang.
Was the highest I saw, I think. And now it's down to $310. So a lot of people sold because they panicked.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people in there. There's a lot of people that have queued some, buying some for, when the stock market opens at 9:30 and stuff like that.
Now, I saw Elon Musk out there for some why.
Elon, the thing that Elon did, which Elon's actually on our side.
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm asking.
But he kind of did it wrong.
Okay.
He meant well. So what Elon did, and there's nothing wrong with this, he changed his Twitter bio to just Bitcoin. So then Bitcoin surged from 33,000 to 38,000 a piece. That day. This was Friday or Saturday as well. So it surged, which is great for the people that have Bitcoin.
Right.
But everybody's kind of argument is hey, if you're doing that to Bitcoin, you're just making the rich people richer. Because they already have a lot of Bitcoin, which means at $33K a pop, you're doing well. Mm-hmm. Even if you have 2 shares, that's, more than we make in a year. You know what I mean? So.
True that.
So, they're you're just making rich people richer. Why don't you change it to Dogecoin, which is the new one, and then it would surge up, So everybody's been tweeting. I tweeted it a little bit. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get famous people hey, Elon Musk, just tweet Dogecoin. That's all you got to do, and it's going to fucking skyrocket. Tweeted at Logan Paul and all the people that are super famous and have a big following. Because I'll actually watch this, and I said this earlier today. It skyrocketed by almost 2 cents, which is quite a bit.
Yeah.
In a day, and it was within
cents.
Yeah, or close to it. I think it was 1.8 cents. But when you buy it at 2.7 cents. That's an 80%
That's
profit
huge.
or whatever it is. I don't know. But yeah, so I saw it surging and I was oh, this is fucking cool. Just watching my money just stack up. And I was literally with my parents and I was telling them all this. And I'm I wonder who tweeted about Dogecoin. Somebody must have tweeted it. Somebody famous. And I looked, I don't know. It's Amanda Kearney, maybe. I don't know, some like influencer type chick. I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
But she tweeted it.
Yeah.
And it fucking surged immediately.
Jeez.
So that's
crazy
to watch, right?
Yeah. So that's why I'm like tweeting at people like, and if you hashtag anything, Dogecoin or Doge or to the moon or hold the line or anything like that, people will like and retweet like immediately.
Damn.
So I'm like, hey, everybody, like, let's retweet this. Let's get Logan Paul to fucking, all you got to do. And I put in there, and I think it's legit. I said, all you have to do is tweet this, and maybe stay on top of it, and you'll literally make multiple regular people millionaires. Like, that's all you have to do is send a tweet.
That's nuts.
And it got some good response and stuff. I highly doubt he saw it. It didn't get like anything crazy.
Not yet.
Well,
worth a
It
shot.
can.
well, it's trending right now. So like my tweet at this point's way at the bottom. I mean, people are blowing that shit up. So, but
Go out
yeah,
there and retweet it.
right.
It's weird to see you back on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter because I'm trying to make some money. So
I know. That's what I'm saying, though. I saw you pop up on there. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
So from our podcast page, I rarely get on Twitter, man, like at all.
I don't get on Twitter at all.
And I've probably tweeted 10 times in the last, well, maybe not 10, probably 5 or 6 times in the last 48
6
hours. 48 hours.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
I'm on there all
I'm like,
all the
let's
time.
go, you know? And I even made a
crazy.
Reddit page, or not a page, but a Reddit account.
Oh, you got it there on the subreddit.
Yeah, for
shoot.
Average A of Podcast. Yeah, I'm watching the subreddit. I'm fucking
Damn.
saving all the good memes and shit. Like,
Okay.
Get it.
dude,
All right.
it has been wild. And the cool thing, which
Well, now you guys know we got a subreddit.
well, no, I made an account. Does that mean we have a subreddit
That means
then?
we have a subreddit.
Oh, okay, cool.
We've got a subreddit.
Well, it's just Average A of Podcast. That's what it is. So
there you go.
cool. I've tried to like comment and like make a couple posts in the Dogecoin Reddit or whatever, the feed.
Yep.
And I've never been able to find them. Like I post it and then I change it to like recently posted and they're never there. And I don't ever get any interaction on them either. But like if I comment on somebody's post, like they'll react or like it or whatever it is. But yeah, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but
Everything.
I'm making posts like pictures and links and like all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's a learning curve. But yeah, guys, so this is all probably going to start going down massively probably Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday.
Oh, it's soon.
Yeah, because
Oh.
because they stopped. Now the instant deposits, you can still use your instant deposit for regular stocks.
Just not the Bitcoins.
Yeah. But the regular
Or
stocks,
the cryptocurrency.
the regular stocks are only 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then the market closes. So you have to wait, and it's closed on the weekends, right? So what's going to happen, especially with Dogecoin, I would recommend getting it like right now if you're listening to this, because it's possible that it fucking surges past $1. So like right now, it's at 3.7 cents. Is the cost of one share of Dogecoin.
Okay.
So even if you buy now, even if it's at 5 cents and it gets to $1, you're making 20 times your profit. If you put $10 in, you made $200. If you put 1,000 in, you get $20,000.
Jeez.
Dang.
You know what I mean? So try to get on it. Now it's possible that this all flops too.
Yeah. It's
So-
all
Keep that in mind.
But we're here to fuck the system.
Right. Now, that's the thing. So if it gets to a point to where it's good to sell and I'm like, I got to kind of sell, you know, because I'm a broke bitch, like, I'm going to sell a little bit, but probably only like half at most.
I got gas money. I got gas in my car.
Right.
I got $15
There you go.
to bleed the system.
Dude, $15 at if it gets up to $1 and you buy at 5 cents or whatever, you know, that's what 15 times 20 is $300.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, $300 Easy on $15. Now, it's possible that this all flops. So please, I am definitely not a financial advisor. I'm not an expert. I don't know basically anything about
Don't
this
do it
stuff.
because Adam said so.
Yeah, please
do it because you
not.
want to.
Yeah. But get on there, because the reason I say this is going to take off in the next couple days is because, especially Dogecoin, the crypto, is because this started happening and surging. I think I bought mine on Wednesday, and Thursday is when they stopped doing the instant deposit. Or maybe it was Thursday, and then Friday they stopped it.
Get on the subreddits.
Either way, yeah, definitely get on the subreddits. But my point is, so anybody transferring their money after that Thursday or Friday, they have to wait the full 4 or 5 days. And now they're even more pissed because they're delayed and like all this kind of crazy stuff. So people are going to use that money and put it into Dogecoin.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I'm saying they have to wait 4 or 5 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, right in that range, you're just going to see a fucking surge. And then on the Reddit, there's multiple people organizing stuff. Like, hey, we're going to do a massive buy at, I think it's 9 p.m. on February 3rd, which is Wednesday. Yeah, and 9 p.m. on February 4th, which is Thursday. And they're doing those because they know people have to wait on that instant deposit to clear.
Okay.
So Wednesday or Thursday, if you have some spare money, look into it. Again, don't take my advice, or listen to this like it's fact, because I'm sure I've gotten a lot of this wrong. But the general idea is I want to be a millionaire. So
don't we all?
But
that's what we're here for.
In order to make money, you got to spend money.
Right.
I'm just trying to bleed the rich.
Right, exactly. Somebody said, because there's like hedge fund managers on like CNN and like Fox and like whatever, literally crying and like tearing up.
Wasn't it Warren Buffett on there?
No, it wasn't Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett's so behind the scenes, you'll probably never see him.
It wasn't him.
But
it was
I forget who it was, man. But they were like literally crying and like
Jesus.
I saw a tweet. I don't know how true this is, but a tweet that said, "I lost my job, my home, and my wife," and I was like, "Oh, sucks to suck."
That means that life.
That means she was with you for the money, man.
Yeah, she just
what I mean.
Digging.
She fake.
Yeah, that's a good thing that you lost her.
Yeah.
Somebody else said they'll be okay. Send them $600. Like they sent us.
Wow.
Like, hey,
hit them with a stimulus.
What I mean? But that's kind of the the whole thing behind this is like basically fuck the rich, like especially and these are the people that are manipulating the market and intentionally basically fucking things up so they make profit.
Right.
And we just recently found out how they're doing it. Now again, this is all the shorts and stuff is all common knowledge. But I think somebody found out that the biggest short that they were doing was GameStop. And between the amount of people doing it, the profit margin, and kind of stuff like that, it just screws everybody up.
Yeah.
Yeah, except the regular people. The regular people are in it and enjoying it. Yeah. And,
we're just fine.
I saw somebody on the subreddit say, with the Dogecoin, because they bought so early, and it goes up and it dips, and if it fluctuates by half a penny, that's a lot. When you bought it at a third of a penny or whatever. But yeah, they were like, I've dipped under I've lost $170,000 in my profits just today, which they're still profiting and stuff. But it went down, and they're like, and I'm still holding the line. So, like, hold your shit.
Right.
Yeah, and they're just trying to make this skyrocket. And, again, please don't invest anything that you're not okay with losing.
Because it can happen.
Yeah, it can definitely happen. But regardless, even if it tanks and, like, nothing happens, I'm going to leave my money in. Because this is a thing that's, like, big, and you never know what the next Bitcoin's going to be.
It's kind of cool as shit.
It's dope.
That's the power literally back to the people.
Right. It's super dope. But it's shitty that they're like changing the rules on us because we're playing by their rules now.
Yeah. I mean, you got to expect that. That's something big that these companies are going to be profiting from in those hedge funds. And somebody's found a way, so now they're going to try to block them that way. But I think that
Yeah, let's get your guys' opinion on this because I just talked for fucking ever.
I think with the power that Reddit has and the people that they have in their corner and the steps that they've already taken and the impact that they've already done,
right?
It ain't shit for them.
Dude.
This is just another stepping stone for them to be like, okay, well, we just did the hardest thing,
right?
Which is find out your secret and how you did it,
right?
Bring it on.
Well, that's the thing. So the Senate actually met, I think, on Friday to discuss the stock market because this is gonna fuck up the market.
Yeah.
Like we are on the inside now, and then it's like basically we just moved our pawn and said, "Your move, bitch."
Yeah, it's weird.
It's great.
It is, but it's weird.
Gonna be Wolf on Wall Street.
Yeah. Well, that's the big one going around.
Wolf on Wall Street.
Yeah. But
I mean, it's true though.
It is wild, man. It is wild what's going on. Again, I'm sorry if half of that was wrong, but
nah, it's
you guys get to just and
that was a pretty big picture, though.
Yeah, I think I explained it relatively well for only being in it for like 4 days.
Yeah,
4 or 5 days.
I just got into subreddit, and it paints a big picture on a lot of different things.
Yeah, it is wild right now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, if you got some spare money, hit up Dogecoin, DOGE.
Coin.
Yeah, but well,
not
there's
sponsored.
Right. Oh, dude, that'd be dope.
Just want to get rich.
Yeah, like there's the name of the coin and then there's like the code.
Mm-hmm.
So like Bitcoin's like BTC, I think. So it's Dogecoin, but the code is Doge, DOGE. So, but whatever, get in on it. There's only a couple apps that actually support it right now, so Google that first to make sure you're downloading the right app and all that kind of stuff. Hit me up if you want. Actually, if I share my Robinhood thing, you guys get a free stock.
Nice.
We both get a free stock. And the last one I got was for Sirius XM, which it's not doing that well right now. But
it's free.
It's a $7 stock, yeah, and I'm probably going to hold on to it or sell it in the next day or two and just make a free $7.
Yeah,
but yeah, so that's a long rant.
It was a long rant.
Yeah.
Don't ask me
educational though.
Don't ask me any questions because that's all I know. That's every inch of it.
Google it,
dude. It's wild though. It is wild. What's going on?
It is pretty sweet. I mean,
I'm interested in it.
I definitely like to get in on it.
Yeah, definitely Google it. Definitely do some research and stuff like that. But
I don't get paid till Friday,
right?
Which sucks.
Well, so the thing with the instant balances, you can probably put some money in. Now you couldn't do Doge,
right? That's what I'm saying. I want to back that.
If you do Uphold, the app Uphold, they'll let you do Doge with the instant deposit. So I don't know what you guys want to do, but yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'm sorry I took up the whole fucking episode with that,
bro. It was interesting. I like that topic.
It's crazy though.
I learned some shit.
What's your thoughts on it? Any last words?
I mean, I think I'm gonna definitely try it out. I'm not gonna invest a shit ton. Like I'm not getting up into the 173,000s, but I think I'm gonna invest a little bit in looking at making the profit and then just continue making it with the profit.
Well, like I said, if it even tanks, I'm just gonna keep it in. Keep my money in because who knows what's gonna be the next Bitcoin. Like, when was the first time you guys heard about Bitcoin? Like, how long ago do you think that was?
High school.
High school, really? Well, you're kind of on the inside on the Reddits and kind of stuff like that.
I'm a nerd.
But for the casual person, which I would say me and Baker are.
I'd say I was probably at least like 8 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking like 5-6 years ago for me, something like that.
Because it was I hung out with Josh James.
Oh, okay.
And like he was like super into the tech and stuff like that.
But see, he's in the Justin category.
Exactly. Yeah. Essentially, yeah. Like with all that stuff, and he was the one that like not introduced me. Jesus Christ, I'd never been on the dark web, but he is the one that like told me about it and like all the crazy things, and then like we watched stuff about it, and then that's when Bitcoin and stuff would come up, and I was like, what the fuck is Bitcoin? That's why I always associated it with the dark web.
Right.
Yeah. And now it's like legal as hell.
But if I can, if this ends up getting to Bitcoin level, obviously it's a long shot. It's probably not going to happen. But in theory, it could. It's a cryptocurrency just like Bitcoin. And right now, we'll just say I have like 1,000 shares right now of this. If it gets up to 300 or if it gets up to $33,000 per share, and I have 1,000 of them, what's that? 3.3 million.
That's insane.
You know what I mean? And I have significantly more than 1,000 shares right now. So, like,
bring it.
At least do some research,
right?
Let's get that money.
Yeah,
true that. That's crazy.
It's wild, isn't it?
That is nuts. That is nuts.
All right, I think that's a good way to close out that conversation because I know that went on forever.
Yeah, you good now?
I'm good, but we had to talk about it, man. It's for real. Like gonna change.
I got
economy.
one more question. Where did the word stonks come from?
Stonks. It's just a meme thing instead of stocks. It's stonks.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I think, and again,
it sounds like it's tanking.
If I remember correctly, aren't there the memes with this dog that say like I'm Doge and like all this kind of stuff? It was a meme forever ago, and he would kind of talk funny in the meme or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that's how he would say stocks is stonks.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of, I don't know.
That's
but
the logic behind it.
Yeah, that's where my mind takes it. I don't know if that's right or not, but it makes sense.
We'll go with it.
I'll put some Dogecoin on it. But yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy. It's definitely going to change literally the stock market and how it's ran. Some people actually think they're going to put like more restrictions on it to where you have to prove your income and you have to make over a certain amount of money to participate in the stock market.
Really?
It's a theory. I don't know what that's based on because I don't have any history of this, but
they can't do that to people that work in the stock market in the first place.
Well, on the apps, like I got a notification earlier. It said which I don't have this much, but it said if you're withdrawing over $5,000 from your like Dogecoin to your bank account or whatever, they will ask for your employer and employment information and salary or whatever.
I don't get that. Have you seen some of these people run Animal Crossing businesses?
Well,
they get insane.
Well, this is all the difficulty, which it makes sense, and I think this is probably how it should be. This is all kind of, well, I don't even think it's government. It's not part of the government. I don't know. But basically, you got to put in like your social security number to even get an account and like all this stuff. Like it's a stock market. Like you can't just be willy-nilly with the stock market. Like I get that.
They got to prove your identity.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like on one of them, I had to upload a picture of my photo ID and like a piece of mail with my address on it and like legitimate stuff. And I kind of get that.
Yeah.
But so how they would do it is pretty easy. They just implement another page into their login or account process.
But you can still get your information on what you're going to do from somewhere else.
Well, yeah. But yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if they'll put any type of restrictions on it, if they're going to close it to the public and it's only going to be big business. I don't know. I have no idea. But there's definitely going to be some changes coming, which I honestly don't think there needs to be any changes. Now, there needs to be like laws in place saying that Robinhood can't restrict stocks in a certain way. Again, if they would have stopped it altogether, that's one thing. You can pull that stock from your app. Like, you know, they don't have to support Gamestop or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they definitely did it in a way that benefited other people.
It was stingy.
And another thing they did too, which kind of bums me out, because I didn't get in on the GameStop trend. I was a little too late for that because I was focused on Doge. But now for GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry, Nokia, and I think they've done it to like 25 other stocks, maybe up to 50 I saw, you can no longer buy fractional stocks. So like GameStop will say is like $300 a stock. Last week you could put $50 in and get 1/6 of a stock.
Oh, okay.
And it'll still rack up. It'll just be 1/6 worth, right, of the percent, like whatever. But now you can't buy fractional pieces of the stock.
So
either.
it's at 300. You got to put at least 300.
Yeah. Which I don't know. I mean, that's probably not illegal in any way. But yeah, I mean, that's just because I think you can still do it on other apps. I don't know. I'm still learning, just like everybody else. But yeah, I definitely wanted to talk about that because that shit's crazy. And I just talked for like fucking 50 minutes or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
About 50.
Time.
Yeah.
About 50.
There's a lot of information to go over.
There's probably more.
There's definitely more.
Yeah.
Because I'm an idiot.
Yes.
So if this idiot can pick that up in 4 or 5 days, imagine what you can do in a day. Probably way more than that. My brain only works at like 10% capacity.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, because remember, how much of this podcast is true?
Very little.
All of
Like
it.
11,
Like my conspiracy
11%
theories?
11% accurate. Yep. Yeah. There we go.
You guys call mine conspiracy theories when they're truths.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, the last episode was called 11% accurate information.
And then we can just take them to the other world.
There you go. I know you wanted to talk about that.
Look at that segue.
I like it. So we'll get off this topic. I'm sorry if you hated that topic, but I wanted everybody to be at least somewhat educated. Again, go fact check all of that, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty legitimate. How the fuck was Otherworld? Because it seems super dope.
Right. So for those of you that don't know what Otherworld is, it is...
Send me pics and videos and I'll put them in.
Yeah,
hopefully I remember this fucking time.
But it's like a super
Facebook.
huge... Yeah, it's on Facebook. But it's like a super huge interactive art gallery, I guess is how you would describe it.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's super dope. Like, it's not just your ordinary pictures on a wall or anything like that. Like, this entire place is decked out, like all the walls, the flooring, there's secret window or secret doors and like tunnels and stuff that you can go through that'll take you into different rooms.
Right.
Looks like a psychedelic Chronicles of Narnia.
Right.
Danielle even said something about that. She's like, could you imagine somebody coming here on shrooms? And I said, hell no. Like, they would be all over the place.
No, shrooms look perfect.
Like, you'd see them over there like, oh, these are schnozberries.
I guarantee every day there's people going on through
there's
there
gotta
hallucinating. That's just wild.
But like a lot of it was like the black lights. They did a lot with that, which was super cool. Like a lot of things hanging down. But then they had one where like the carpet was super soft, but then it was like, I don't know, like it was like a memory foam almost, like where it kind of like moved as you walked around on it. And then they had stuff like on the walls where you could touch them. So like one of them was, I don't know, like gems, and you touch it and they like kind of explode. Things where you can walk on, like there was one room pitch black, and Danielle was like, oh, okay, maybe it's like under construction. I was like, I think there's something back there. I started walking, a freaking light started following me. So it was like I was walking almost in water. Like, that shit was dope, dude.
That's dope.
Dope. And like, Caden loved it too. Like, he came out and he's like, that was cool.
Right.
But I loved it, man.
It's awesome. Yeah. I mean, think of, I've never been there. I definitely want to go. We were thinking about taking Harper there, but she's only 2.5. And it's not like a scary place, but like I know even in one of your, I think it was a video, I don't remember. There's like a big spider on the wall.
Yeah.
And like, you know, it's just that type of place, but she's super scared of like any type of bugs and like anything like that. So I just don't want to get there because it's in Columbus,
yeah, it's
right?
about an hour and 15 away.
Okay, so it's a decent drive away, and I don't want to drive all the way there for her to get scared in 2 minutes and then we have to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus pay for the tickets and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah.
But yeah, that's just dope, man.
It's definitely like anybody looking for something to do, like date night or something of that nature.
Right.
If you're into art, like it was awesome.
It's definitely on my list.
And I think we walked past, like we walked by.
For anybody that wants to go on a date.
Right. Hey, there you go.
So like when you walk in the entrance, it actually like splits off. So there's no right or wrong way to go. Like it's a self-guided tour and you go wherever you want. Dude, we walked past the entrance, like where we came in at least 4 times.
Nice.
Because we were like, oh shit, we haven't been over here. What's this?
Right.
Oh God, I really thought that was a storage closet.
Right.
Like, yeah, like we didn't go that way because I
awesome.
thought it was a storage closet, and then we went like around and shit, and then we came out of the storage closet into like.
Oh, nice.
I was like, bro, this is sweet. Like it's
That's
cool
awesome.
stuff like that to where you.
Yeah.
And it's different things in each room. Like there was one with a shit ton of video cassettes, like
Nice.
the VCRs.
Nice.
And I was like, but it was like a lot of the decorations was all made with the VCRs, and I was like, this is pretty sweet.
VCRs
dude.
are like
or the
VHS.
the VHSs. My bad.
Okay. But either way,
Wrong
that's
letters.
dope. But yeah, dude, I definitely want to go, man. Think of like I would guess like a blacklight, like Tim Burton type feel,
Essentially, yeah. Majority of it was like that. Yeah.
like rave type, like probably not like loud music, like.
No, I mean it had like
I'm
a
sure
nice
there's
music.
ambiance.
Yeah. But it was.
How you like that word, son?
I like that. That was good. It's definitely very interactive. And
It
like
had a weird feng shui.
Oh, look at you getting all fancy.
Hey, don't test me, bro.
All right.
Sorry, I just fucked up your whole story.
No, but you're good. But they want you to like go out and like interact with this stuff and like
Right.
touch it. So a lot of the stuff isn't just like your normal wall feeling. Like it's got a sweet textures to them and stuff. So really, really cool.
Did you taste any wall or
You
anything?
know, some of them I took a chunk out of it. And
Okay.
like a freaking tiger. No,
Why not?
I didn't taste any.
Yeah,
of 'em.
basically it's like a Tim Burton blacklit, like Willy Wonka type fucking place. It seems
Yeah,
like.
almost like the tunnel in Willy Wonka.
that's
Alice
dope.
in Wonderland.
There you go. Yeah,
Mix,
with that in there.
mix with a little Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's dope.
yeah.
That's
It was
awesome.
awesome though, man. I definitely recommend it. It was sweet.
That's
I'm
fucking
glad we
cool.
finally went. I always saw it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Always saw it on Facebook.
Right.
I'm like, man, I gotta check this shit out.
Right. All right, man. Well, that was episode 80. It was definitely a wild one.
It was.
I don't even know. I'm exhausted now. We got to go. Baker has to fulfill his punishment for a challenge that we just did over on the Patreon.
I thought we forgot about
No,
it.
we did not forget about it. It's about to be great. If you're interested in seeing that and plenty of other punishments and horrible things when we lose challenges, patreon.com/averageafpodcast. We appreciate you all listening and subscribing and liking and sharing and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Keep it up. Tell a
Anything
friend.
else you want to say before we sign off here?
I don't like snow.
Too bad.
That's all I wanted to say.
Too fucking bad is my rebuttal. With that said, have a good night. You fucked up.
I did. But until next week, peace.